What if I told you that the biggest opportunity in the history of business is happening right now, and most people are completely missing it? Everyone is talking about AI making things faster, AI cutting costs, AI boosting productivity, and yes, all of that is real. But that's not the story. The real story, the one worth tens of trillions of dollars, is about something far more fundamental. It's about the birth of entirely new industries that have never existed before. And the companies that understand this won't just be successful. They will define the entire next era of human civilization. I'm going to show you exactly why and what it means for the future. Every single major technological revolution in history has followed the same pattern. When a powerful new technology arrives, most people use it to do the same old things, just a little better. And then a small group of visionaries looks at that same technology and asks a completely different question. Not, how do we do what we already do but faster? But what becomes possible that was never possible before? Think back to the early days of the internet in the 1990s. Retailers launched websites, banks created online portals, newspapers put their articles on the web. They were using the internet as a tool to improve what already existed. But Amazon didn't just digitize retail, it reinvented commerce from the ground up. Logistics, supply chains, customer data, delivery infrastructure, cloud computing. Google didn't digitize phone directories. It transformed how human beings discover and access information. Facebook didn't digitize communication. It created an entirely new social ecosystem that never existed before. These companies weren't just using the internet. They were building industries that could only exist because of the internet. And the same pattern is now repeating with artificial intelligence. The companies adding AI to their existing tools, they're the retailers launching websites in 1996. The companies building entirely new industries around AI, they're the Amazons and Googles of the next decade. So what exactly is an AI native industry? Let me be precise about this, because there's a lot of confusion. An AI native industry is not a company that uses AI tools. Almost every company will use AI tools. An AI native industry is one where artificial intelligence is not an add-on feature. It is the very foundation of how the business operates. Traditional companies use AI to improve existing operations. They bolt it on top. AI native companies redesign the entire value chain around AI capabilities. They build from the inside out. The characteristics that define these businesses are striking. AI-driven decision-making at every level. Not humans making decisions with AI assistants, but AI systems making millions of decisions per second, with humans setting strategy and overseeing outcomes. Automated operations at massive scale. Tasks that once required hundreds of employees handled by intelligent software agents. Continuous learning systems. The business gets smarter every single day, automatically. Minimal human intervention for routine functions and rapid adaptability to changing markets in real time. The key question these companies ask isn't, how can AI improve our business? It's what business becomes possible because AI exists. That question changes everything. Here's something most people get wrong about AI. They think of it as a software innovation, a smarter app, a better chatbot. But AI is not primarily a software story, it is an infrastructure story. And the industries that stand to be transformed are not tech companies. Think about healthcare. Today, diagnosing disease requires years of medical training, expensive equipment, and teams of specialists. AI systems are already matching or exceeding human performance on medical imaging, drug discovery, and patient diagnosis. Think about logistics. Global supply chains are massively complex, inefficient, and fragile. AI-native logistics companies can optimize routes, predict disruptions, and coordinate thousands of variables simultaneously in real time. Think about manufacturing. Industrial production still relies heavily on human labor for quality control, maintenance, and decision-making. AI can transform these into continuous, self-optimizing systems. Think about energy. The transition to clean energy requires managing grids of extraordinary complexity. AI can balance supply and demand across millions of nodes instantly. And this is just the beginning. Education, financial services, transportation, government services, scientific research. Every single one of these industries is ripe for fundamental reinvention. The opportunity is not selling AI software to these sectors. The opportunity is rebuilding these sectors from scratch with AI at their core. I want to talk about SpaceX for a moment, not because it's an AI company in the traditional sense, but because it perfectly illustrates the mindset shift I'm describing. Most people see SpaceX as a rocket company, a very impressive one, but still, rockets. But look at what SpaceX actually did. The existing aerospace industry was built around government contracts, massive cost structures, and rockets that were used once and discarded. It was designed around the limitations of 20th century technology. Elon Musk didn't ask, how do we build a better rocket? He asked, what becomes possible if we radically lower the cost of access to space? And by answering that question, SpaceX didn't just build a better aerospace company, it created entirely new markets. Reusable rockets changed the economics of launch. Suddenly, things that were previously impossible, global satellite internet coverage, commercial space stations, Mars missions, became realistic business propositions. Starlink is not a rocket business. It's a global communications network that happens to be delivered from space. This is exactly the kind of thinking that creates AI-native industries. Don't ask how AI improves what already exists. Ask what new markets, new services, new possibilities open up because AI makes them achievable for the first time. Every technological revolution requires its own infrastructure layer. The Industrial Revolution needed railroads, steel mills, and power grids. The Internet needed data centers, fiber optic networks, cloud computing platforms, and payment systems. None of those infrastructure builders were the most famous companies of their era, but they were some of the most valuable. AI requires its own infrastructure revolution. Massive computing resources, the GPU farms and AI-specific chips that make training and inference possible at scale. Advanced semiconductor technology, the physical foundation of AI capability and a source of enormous geopolitical and economic competition. Data collection and management systems, because AI is only as powerful as the data it learns from. AI training platforms, the tools and frameworks that allow AI models to be built, refined, and deployed. Autonomous operational frameworks, the software layers that allow AI systems to act in the physical world. And intelligent networks, the connectivity infrastructure that allows AI systems to communicate and coordinate at scale. Companies building in these areas may become some of the most valuable businesses of the next decade, not because they're the flashiest AI applications, but because they form the foundation everything else is built on. Just as cloud computing made the entire internet economy possible, AI infrastructure will make the AI economy possible. Let's talk about what happens inside organizations when AI becomes the operating system. Traditional organizations are designed around human limitations. Meetings exist because information doesn't flow automatically. Managers exist because oversight requires human attention. Processes and procedures exist because humans make mistakes and need guardrails. AI-native organizations work completely differently. Decision-making can happen in real time, not waiting for the next weekly meeting or quarterly review. Operations can run continuously, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, without fatigue or error. Knowledge can be instantly shared across every part of the system. No silos, no information loss. Functions that once required large teams, customer support, data analysis, compliance monitoring, marketing execution, can be handled by intelligent software agents. This doesn't mean humans disappear. It means the role of humans fundamentally changes. Instead of executing routine tasks, humans focus on creativity, strategy, oversight, and innovation. The highest value human contribution shifts from doing to deciding, from executing to directing. And this changes what it means to build and run a competitive business. One of the most remarkable possibilities emerging from AI native thinking is what I call the no-human company, or more accurately, the near-human company. Imagine a business generating $10 million a year in revenue, run by a team of 5 people. Not 500, not 50, 5. Marketing, largely automated. Customer support, handled by AI agents. Accounting and finance, managed by intelligent software. Sales outreach, personalized and executed by AI at scale. Analytics and reporting, generated automatically. This is not science fiction. Early versions of this model are already emerging. The implications are profound. Historically, growth required proportional increases in headcount. To serve more customers, you hired more people. To expand into new markets, you built larger teams. AI-native companies can grow exponentially without proportional increases in headcount. This changes the economics of entrepreneurship entirely. The barriers to building significant businesses are lower than they have ever been in human history. And for investors, it means the companies that crack this model could generate returns unlike anything we've seen before. So let's bring it all together. Why $29 trillion? The global economy is not dominated by software companies. It is dominated by physical industries. Healthcare alone is a $10 trillion global market. Education is $6 trillion. Logistics and transportation, another $5 trillion. Manufacturing, energy, financial services, government services, together these sectors represent the overwhelming majority of human economic activity. And almost all of them remain deeply inefficient, heavily fragmented, and resistant to change, because until now, the tools to reinvent them simply didn't exist. AI changes that. Not AI as a productivity tool, AI as a foundational technology that makes entirely new economic models possible. When you combine the scale of these industries with the transformative potential of AI-native thinking, the resulting opportunity is almost incomprehensible in its magnitude. The companies that will capture this opportunity are being built right now. Some of them don't exist yet. The most important question in business today is no longer, how do we add AI to what we're already doing? The most important question is, what industry becomes possible because AI exists? Answer that question successfully, and you won't just build a successful company. You will build something that defines the next chapter of human history. Thank you for watching. If this changed how you think about AI and the future of business, share it, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.